2025. This is the Recoup Daily Check-In. In our Monday calls, we talk about what we're going to be doing throughout the week. I'm Sweets, and this is Sid. Coming into this week on my side, I am focusing on organizational level artists for our enterprise clients, as well as expanding our credit system to be able to accurately track the new features that we've been adding across image and video. I don't know if we have video yet. We definitely have image generation. Those are more expensive features, so starting to get image tracking or credit tracking into there. Sid, on your side, what are you working on this week?
Integrating video and just like product touch-ups around user experience. As I go in and talk more with users, getting their feedback on UI stuff, what's hard to understand, what would make stuff easier, and then just making those small little changes. That's my main focus, and then yeah, just literally user calls and onboarding stuff. So yeah, my biggest blocker right now is getting the artists that I sent you in that list linked to the enterprise accounts, so I can start onboarding and send an email saying it's all set up and ready to go. Also, I'm blocked. The deployment that you sent on Friday did not go through. So the merge that you sent on Friday, I'm running into an error. I don't know if you've seen the Slack at all.
Checking. Is it in our shared or which channel?
In the code review, under the shipment of account emails, enforce unique email column, it looks like that deployment got an error. So I was trying to make some fixes, and I proposed a fix, although I didn't want to do anything without your approval because I know you were just working on credits and stuff, so I didn't want to mess with anything.
Oh, that's weird. Checking the error. I was supposed to only touch migrations, but I deleted a comment that I didn't think was relevant, and it looks like it was a relevant comment that I deleted. So that is on me. I didn't wait for the deployment to go through. I rushed a change that I thought was small, and now it seems to be blocking others. So you wrote up a fix?
I don't know if it's the fix. It's the fix that Cursor was trying to implement in order for me to ship my stuff. But I didn't want to ship it and then it actually like mess up anything that you have. So
that looks valid. And so what was happening before? I'll share screen and talk through it. So what was happening? Here's the failure. The failure is in one of our API routes, argument of type string null is not assignable to type string, so we're not checking for null values. In my pull request, I was supposed to just do one thing following the single responsibility principle. I was adding an enforcement of uniqueness on our emails table to make sure that two rows cannot contain the same email, but I also deleted this comment that was disabling our linter for Stripe. I was like, well, I'm not seeing any errors locally around this. I'm just going to delete this to do some cleanup. That is on me. I should not be doing two different tasks in one pull request. My pull request should have just had the SQL changes. And as a result, the build is failing because one of our Stripe endpoints is expecting a value to not be null, but we're never checking it. And Sid has opened up a pull request on API Stripe session checked route, API Stripe session checked route. So on the route that is throwing the error and is checking if session ID is passed. And if it's not, we're returning. So that should enforce that it's always a string and never null. And checking, did you commit this straight to main or is this on a branch? Have you opened up a pull request for it?
It's on a branch. It's probably on like a branch which was something else. Which was the code reviewer stuff. But if you just pull that, I mean, you go ahead. I mean, I don't know. You can see there's a bunch of shit.
I have a feeling your fix looks valid. So if I was going to go back in, I was just going to roll back my change, which I don't like because I'm muting the linter. I don't like to mute the linter. It's disabling something that we have in place to prevent errors. Your solution looks better of wherever there was that error, fix it. So after this call, I will go in and fix that Thank you for flagging that. I'll get that unblocked. That's on me.
Okay, cool. In the future, in that scenario, now that I'm looking at how you kind of rolled through that, I should have just gone into your thing and saw what you changed and what's different. Because my question, I was assuming that that's what happened, where like I wasn't sure if it was an intentional change in order to like do something or not. And one of the proposed questions was, well, should we just remove the linter for this file, which is what you had originally. So like I could have unblocked myself by just looking into it and saying, oh, okay, Sweets actually had that, but just remove the linter. Actually, no, because then in that scenario, I would have still not known if it was an intentional removal or not. So I probably still wouldn't have been able to move forward.
This was a mirror. I shipped it. You trust that I ship good code. I did not ship good code. This is fully, I take full responsibility for this. I don't know. I think you've managed it great. You asked me, you didn't wait for me, and you opened up a pull request. That actually looks great. And now you're talking to me about it. I take full responsibility for slowing down the team in this.
Okay, cool. All right, sweet. Next up is Veerball. I think he's on. Do you know what he's doing this week?
He's going to be merging files, the new file tab. Quickly to share that for context, the file tab is going to get merged to main. So actually, I can't share this here. What we're about to be rolling out, what Veerball is rolling out, is a new files tab. That way it's like Google Drive embedded directly inside of Recoupable. That way files that are generated, files that you want to upload, you'll have a tab to be able to view all of those files. And then you'll be able to tag those files inside of the chat. I was on a hike this morning with Yoshiro, and he is now actively using the Recoup product. And he gave me 2 pieces of feedback. He said, 1, loading is very slow, which we're seeing right now. And then 2, he had said, on the create new art, he gave this feedback of the create new artist flow. Instead of going right into a conversation, we should give a more traditional like pop-up with explainers. I don't know that I agree with that. I like that we just throw people right into the product. I think the best way for people to understand the product is to see it in action. But I just wanted to communicate that. He has said that the app crashes when he goes into his recent conversations, not even long conversations. So it seems like there's still some bugs that I need to be cleaning up around stability. But going back to what the prompt was, Veerball is working on getting files merged to main. So by the end of this week, if you're listening to this video, you'll see a new files tab over here where you can upload files, manage the files that have been generated inside of Recoup on your behalf, as well as inside of the main chat, being able to type. It looks like this is already live. You'll be able to reference all of the files that are inside of your files tab. And he's also going to be working on agents to add organizational level agents. That way, for our enterprise level clients, they can have custom agents just for their org that people outside of their org will not be able to see.
Cool. Awesome. What just around what you just said of the user feedback, I completely agree with what he's saying. I also think that we should. I really think that we currently don't give any of our users the ability to not chat with an artist, right? And so like you have to have an artist selected in order to chat, where I think that's like, in theory it was good in the beginning, but like as we start to progress, like it would be good to also just have like a user knowledge base where they don't have to chat with an artist. They could chat with their entire roster, or like, you know, more experience. And so what I think the ideal user experience would be is you go on and you have a flow of not just creating an artist, but like the full, like, cool, who are you? Okay, what's your name? Okay, cool. What's your role? Give me some goals. What are you trying to work on? Like, and we basically build a user knowledge base first and let them have the ability to then, oh, do you want to create an artist? Okay, cool. Here's how you run that agent. Like, and then walk them through all aha moments from that perspective but we also are keeping like understanding of who the artist is or who the user is, what's their segment. Are they a manager? Are they an artist? Are they a visual? Like, and we're able to then tailor retention around them. But again, thinking through like how that infrastructure would work is my big question mark of how do we do that smartly. But yeah, anyways, I know we're at time, so we can think about that when the squeaky wheel really squeaks.
Agree 100% with everything you said. Make sure you give us a like and a follow so that way you stay tapped in with all the new updates. And we will be back on Wednesday for a midweek check-in. So check in with us on Wednesday to see how we've been shipping on the product.